Let's talk tires. What are the best tires, in my opinion? Because this is on motorcycle forums, one of the most controversial topics is tires. Like if you go to a motorcycle forum and you create a thread with the topic, what's the best tire? It pretty much goes to hell from there, because you'll have different people arguing this and that, and then you'll have wars, and especially when you talk about racing tires. Here's one of the things about racing tires. You get people, like I've been using race tires for a while now. Not that long of a time, just for the last few months. I've never bought full-on race tires before until a few months ago. And pretty much as soon as I bought those tires, that's when a lot of people have been commenting that my track riding has improved recently, and it has. And the reason, there's two reasons. One reason is because I replaced my rear shock, and the other reason is because of the tires. But I think it's mostly the tires, because in the past, every time I started to ride more aggressively on the racetrack, I'd have some slippage. Like my rear tire was slipping out on a fairly regular basis. It was happening so often that I just kind of got used to it. I just kind of wrote it off as normal, you know. Like, okay, I'm taking a corner and my rear end slips out, and then it comes back in again, and it's just fairly normal. It happens a lot. But then once I went to race tires, it just stopped happening. So then I started riding more aggressive, you know. Okay, well, it's not slipping when I ride this fast. What happens if I ride a bit quicker? And then it still doesn't slip. Okay, well, let's try a bit quicker, you know, like. Let's try going a bit harder on the gas while I'm in a lean, and I just kept doing it, and it's never slipped once. Not once I went to race tires. So, and the funny thing is that racers will tell you not to buy race tires. They will tell you, oh, race tires are only for professionals. If you're not a professional, you don't need them. They're a waste of money. They wear out too quick, and this and that, and they'll just go on and on telling everyone not to buy race tires. But I bought race tires, and it was like, the very next time I went to the track, each lap improved by like 2 to 3 seconds every lap. It was just like flicking a switch. It was just like, you know. And then I talked to the guy at the racetrack here. I talked to one of the expert riders here, and he's like, yeah. He's like, you put these tires on, you'll go 3 seconds quicker per lap. You know, it was just as simple as that. But all the racers on the American and Canadian and British forums, they'll tell you, no. You know, unless your skill level is high enough, they're just a waste of money. But I don't know. Maybe my skill level is high enough, though. Maybe they just assume it isn't because I'm not an actual racer. Because they're like, well, you're not a racer, so you don't need them. And I'm like, well, maybe. Yeah, there was this one guy. He was really adamant in one of a thread I was participating in recently. He was really adamant that I should not buy race tires for my bike, and that I'd be an idiot if I did. But one thing is now that I've bought them, it's kind of depressing because I can't really go back to cheaper tires. Not only are race tires more expensive, but they wear out incredibly fast. We're talking like like 1,600 miles, and you need to change your tires. Like, just it's kind of nuts. So yeah, and they're more expensive. So they're more expensive, and they last. You know, some of the race tires, you use them for one day and they're shot. So the tires that I've been using recently, the ones where I just noticed, you know, like I noticed a huge improvement in my lap times, and I noticed a huge improvement in my confidence and my lean angles and my ability to go hard on the gas while at a lean. I was using the Pirelli Superbike SP. Yeah, it's like Pirelli Superbike. There's two types of, there's Superbike Pro and Superbike. Superbike Pro, believe it or not, is actually less of a race tire than the Superbike. But if I had a choice, I would go for the Superbike Pro because it supposedly lasts a bit longer. But they don't make it in my size. They don't make it in a 160. My rear wheel is a 160. So I was using the Superbike, and I used it for about, I don't know, I'd guess maybe 2,000 kilometers before I had to change the rear. And one rear tire costs like $300 and maybe about $300. So yeah, I still got some life left on the front, and a tire that is supposed, I was talking with my friend who's a master rider, and what I mean by that is he can go around the racetracks not only in Taiwan, not only the shitty little racetracks in Taiwan, but he goes to the MotoGP racetracks in China and he races there too, and he turns in really, really fast lap times. And he works at a motorcycle shop, and he doesn't have a tire sponsor, so he's free to use any brand that he wants. And he's tried all the different tires. When they get a new tire in, he'll try it. He'll slap it on, and because he gets them for next, he's sponsored by the shop, but he's not sponsored by a tire brand. So he gets to use any brand of tire for free because he gets them from the shop, and he can choose any one he wants. And he said that with him being able to pick and choose from any of the tires, he likes. He's nuts if he does that. He's not doing that.